I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing American Horror Story Season 5 Hotel Episode 2. Now we're starting off with Sally. She's in her room, minding her business, sewing up Gabriel the drug man into her, hotel bed. And I'm like, this bed looked like it is straight from like Sanford and Son. Like this is like the oldest bed that was ever made. And I'm trying to figure out what is her thing about sewing people up in mattresses. Like, what is she getting out of this? And she can't even sew him up in the bed peacefully because we got Iris over there with the little vampire children. They over there sucking the life out of the one remaining tourist girl. And the baby vampire, like, she tastes fun. Like, I guess the girl, they didn't literally suck the life out of her. So now, I guess after dead, the blood don't taste good no more. They was like, okay, she just said it so just effortlessly. Okay, that's because she dead. Stop drinking on her. You good and full. Okay. And they just wheel her off to whatever floor it is. And they got this, like, chute, just like, look like a laundry chute, but for them, this is where we, dispose of all the dead bodies. Once, we done doing whatever we want to them. Poor child, she done got shot down to, I guess, her last remaining place. And they throw, I guess, something on her so she don't stink. And then, like, the maid, Miss Evers, she got the nerve to be like, oh my goodness, how am I going to get the blood out of these sheets? I'm like, you more worried about the blood on these sheets and not the dead girl whose blood it was? I'm like, really? This is what we're doing? So y'all, this scene kind of confused me because we have Holden and all the other baby vampire children just sitting in their room watching cartoons, and they're sitting there like they're donating blood, and the blood that they're donating is going to Elizabeth, which is Lady Gaga's character. And I'm confused about this because it's like, I know she drinks blood herself. We've seen her do it. But why is she getting blood from them? I'm not understanding why she had these kids here. Is it like sometimes she just don't feel like going out and killing and she needs to get her blood, so she drinks their blood, which they've drunk from somebody else? If anybody knew what was going on in this scene, please let me know, because I was like utterly confused by this whole situation. Because I was like, they just sitting there looking like zombies when they're vampires, and they just sitting there, watching cartoons as they're donating their blood to go to, like, I guess the head vampire in charge, which is Elizabeth. So if anybody else is confused, just let me know, because I was confused. So we have Detective John waking up out of his sleep thinking he sees his son. And he decides to go run after Holden. He's yelling for Holden, but Holden's not, responding to him. And I never did understand why people do that in movies and TV shows. You think you done seen your loved one who's either dead or missing, and you go run after them. Clearly they're running in places like you get there and they're not there. Clearly this is not your loved one. Or clearly this situation ain't right, or they will be running to you. I just didn't get, he was like running after the child. I'm like, child, yes, he's fast and he got that vampire speed, which, Detective John don't know about. But clearly, if he's running all these places and you can't find him, something ain't right about this situation. I guess he's so, okay, I see my son, so I'm trying to run after him. But my first thought was, hold up. I'm yelling for my son, and even if that wasn't my son, if I'm yelling after you, somebody gonna turn around and look like, huh, you talking to me? But that didn't happen. So he running all over the hotel looking like a crazy person trying to find his son. So the new owner, Will Drake and Naomi Campbell, they decide, let's have a fashion show at the hotel. And my first thought was, how are the residents going to conduct all their killing that they do? Like, how are they, like, this is too many witnesses to see what they're doing in this hotel. Like, but then I was thinking, like, this is more victims for them. And poor Sally, who lives at the hotel, can't even get into the runway show. And I'm like, that is so messed up. Like, I live here. How come I can't get in the show? I've been living here for years. Detective John over there, he just moved in like last week. How is he in the show? But Naomi Campbell, she was kind of feeling, Detective John, so like he got him a front row seat of the show. And when Sally sees Detective John's daughter, I don't know, this look that she gave her is like, she know her from somewhere. And I'm trying to figure out, how does Detective John fold into, this hotel, because somehow, for whatever reason, he is gravitated to this hotel. I don't know if it's because of his son. I don't know what it is about their family in this hotel, but Sally looks at this girl and she looks kind of in a cross between fearful and like surprised and shocked all together, like she didn't seen this child somewhere. She know this child from a long time ago. I don't know, she was giving me some kind of vibes of like, I know you, like, or this is not good for the hotel. Something was going on with Sally seeing the text with John's daughter that is like had me question like what it is about this child that's gonna tie into the hotel. So we have a new character. We have a narcissistic model named Tristan. He loves drugs, he loves alcohol, and he loves acting the fool on the runway, which to me is unrealistic because, hey, when on the runway you just supposed to model the clothes, you ain't supposed to do nothing else. But I guess the audience, they get a liking out of him fighting, kissing, and doing whatever he wants to do on stage. But poor Tristan, he ain't feeling modeling no more. So after he did his first pass, he goes back there and try to do some more drugs, and Will Drake's like, look here, boy, you need to get your tail back out there and model some more clothes. And he's like, you know what, dude, I'm done with modeling. This ain't for me no more. So this pretty face right here, I'm going ahead and just cut this just a little right there. So, my modeling career is over. Meanwhile, we got Will Drake's son and Detective John's daughter. He's like, look here, girl, you want to see something fun? Let me go show you something. He goes to show her the little vampire children in their coffin. Now, see, maybe this is just me, but if I seen some children laying in a plastic glass box or coffin, I'm not going to want to go see nothing like that. I'm not going to want to show nobody. I would tell my mama, like, Mom, guess what I seen? I seen some children in a coffin. Something ain't right about this. But when the little girl, she looks, and he's like, he ain't gonna wake up, look at her. He get to knocking on the glass, and Holden wakes up, and she look at Holden, and I guess his memories is coming back to her. Like, hold up, this is my older brother right here. But in the child's mind, like, this is my older brother, but he looks still like he did when he disappeared. So I'm thinking, how is it these doors are not locked? How is it these kids getting access to baby coffins and the children in the baby coffins? Like, how is this going on in hotels? Should they not have things locked? Seeing as hell they have a new owner. Like, y'all dropping the ball on that one. So after Tristan decided to quit modeling, I guess the hotel don't like people that's doing wrong. Even though they got people on there killing folks. But whatever. He gets on the hotel. He gets stuck on the 7th floor. So he goes to look for him some drugs or some jewelry to, sell the drugs. And he stumbles upon James Patrick Mark's room. And James Patrick Mark looked like he's straight up out of the 20s with his outfit, with his mannerism, the way he speaks. And he just brings some random girl in and told the dude to sit down and just shoots the girl. And naturally, like most people, you will get scared out of seeing some mess like that. Like if I'm sitting here and I seen some girl just get blown away, I'm gonna get scared. And he did, and he runs off. I'm like, is it the hotel? Is it kind of like first season when you die in the hotel or the surrounding areas? You just stuck in a hotel and you stuck in the same time period that when you died there, because him and Miss Evers, the maid, they died in the 20s, but we gonna get to that. And they still dressing and talking like they in the 20s. Sally, she looked like she's straight out of the late 80s, early 90s with her hair and stuff. So again, I'm confused. I guess we're going to learn more as the season goes on because we are only in episode 2. But I'm like, what's going on here? I need to know how is it this little girl was able to get on the bus, go across town to this hotel, and didn't nobody know where she is. Because she didn't went home and she did some investigating on her own and noticed that, hey, that little crazy looking child in that coffin, they look just like my brother. So she gonna do some investigating. And when she goes to the coffin room, he not there. So she go looking around and she find Holden in, I guess, a children's playroom where they be watching cartoons. And he's like, what took you so long? And I'm like, Okay, and she ready to take him home. She's like, Mom and Daddy gonna be happy that you found. He's like, I'm at home. And she was like, you know what, she gonna get her information, she gonna get her evidence. She's like, let's take a picture. And I'm glad this child was smart enough to know about space and boundaries. Because as soon as he tried to bite her neck, she was like, hold up, no, dude. We taking a picture, but you don't need to be by my neck regions. So, I guess after she done got her picture, he ain't trying to go nowhere. She gets home. Police is surrounding the house. Mom upset, dad upset, and she walks in like it's nothing. And apparently, she was with her guard. She done got into the bathroom and somehow slipped out. Now this is like, if she was at the police station or wherever she went, there's cameras all around. Did y'all not look at cameras in the surrounding areas to know where she was at? But she was able to sneak out in the bathroom, go out of the bathroom window, and catch a bus across town to get her evidence. And she mad because like, y'all told me Holden was dead. Holding up at your hotel when I got evidence and everything. And of course, they don't believe her. They're like, really? You just found Holden and he's alive? But she was like, and of course the evidence was blurry, but you know, just getting the dad thinking like, hold up, is there some truth to this? The mama, she mad because she think he didn't put the daughter in danger like he did Holden. First of all, the little girl, she had security. She the one left security. It wasn't like she just was off on her own doing her own thing. He had a guard with her, but she somehow outsmarted this adult and got away. So he's like, don't be trying to blame this on me. I knew you still blame me for Holden's death, but like, it wasn't like he just like, all right, Holden, you stay in the car, and he went somewhere. Holden got kidnapped. He was on the Ferris wheel, and like that one time around, Holden was gone. I don't know how, didn't nobody see this, but this is what happens. So after Detective John looks at the picture, clearly Holden's where he was at, it was blurry, but the little girl is fine. So he goes to the hotel. He tried to doggone, I guess, scare Iris like, you're under arrest. You're gonna tell me what's going on. Some shady stuff going on here. She's looking like, really, dude? Like, I ain't been tied up and handcuffed no more. But if this is what you want to do, he want to know the history of the hotel, and she gets to tell him how the owner, his name was James Patrick March, same one from earlier, and he was from New Money, and people didn't like that nouveau riche. You know, they didn't like that. So he came out west, built him a hotel, but his hotel was like, I guess, his own personal like killing space. So he was killing folks left and right, and he had this chute that led down to where all the dead bodies ended up at. And somebody eventually told on him. And this is where, you know, it seemed so far-fetched, and she just said it so nonchalant, you would think she was lying, but she was telling the truth. And this is where it got weird, because as she's telling the story, as, you know, James Patrick March was killing his last victim, the maid, Miss Evers, comes in, and she was like, well, the police are here. And he's like, well, I guess, you know, we did all we can do. So, okay, do you want to die first, or you want me to die first? And she was like, oh, what an honor. You going to choose me to get killed? Well, I should say you so I can clean up the sheets first, but I think I'll go first. And he gives her a choice. She's like, okay, you pick the way you want to kill me. I'm like, why are we happy about the way we're getting killed? I guess she was his trusted confidant all these years. Every time he killed somebody, she was there to clean up the mess. So he chose to shoot her and then slit his own throat. I'm like, this part right here, it was weird because she was so honored that he chose her to kill. I'm like, really? Yeah. What else happened? Oh, yeah. Elizabeth gives Tristan how to be a vampire 101 course, and saying, you know, after they did, you can't drink no more, you know. And he's happy because his skin is flawless. He ain't got that scar no more. Her old dude was like, look here, you said I was the one, but she was like, you know, you was the one like 20 years ago, but I like this dude right here. And, you know, Tristan, he gonna be my, you know, my main dude now, and you can just go over and do what you want to do, but me and you can't be no more. That's like basically how she just played him like that. So what else happened? Yes, detective, he is realizing that all these murders that have happened are kind of like biblical, like in the sense of it's basically, I guess somebody is trying to recreate what James Patrick Marks did, in the sense of he don't like, one dude got his arm cut off, you know, thou shalt not steal, and the two people who got killed, like thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. It's like this person is a copycat, and he's like starting to realize this and realizing it kind of ties into the hotel, and he just gotta figure this. I'm like, I don't know if it's somebody at the hotel per se, or is it a copycat, but like, you know, all of the American Horror Stories, it kind of like you got this group that's like against each other, then like they have to come together to stop somebody. Like first season we had, it was the house, you die in the house, you just basically stuck in the house. Season 2, it was, you know, they had this killer that was going out killing folks, but turned out he was somebody who was on the inside that was killing folks. Then we had season 3, we had the witches versus the voodoo priestess. They were at odds, but they had to come together against the witch hunters and old Axeman. You know, season 4, we had the people had to come together against the freaks had to come together against both Dandy, his crazy tail, Elsa, who was crazy, the clown man was crazy, and Russell Edgerton's old crazy tail that was trying to get the freaks so they can sell off their bodies. And we got Russell Edgerton on here. I know that is not his name, but he will always be Russell Edgerton to me. He is in there with his turban on, and I guess he got multiple of them things. I was like, oh my goodness, my grandmama has one of those. But hey, he got him in sparkles, he got him in plain, he is on there like, I'm going to be me and I'm going to shine. So that was the base, that was the gist of everything that went on. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or a video response. And like always, I want to thank my subscribers and the people who watch my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends on Facebook. Share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.